Welcome to Hourglass. Let me show you how to create invoices for projects and tasks. There are two ways you can create invoices in Hourglass. I'll show you both. First, make sure you have projects and tasks set up with billable items. Let's take this Atlas Spring 27 brand film as an example. This project is close to being completed, so we're going to go ahead and invoice it out. If you want, you can go ahead and check all your tasks as completed. You can see there's a Generate Invoice button right on the project card. It doesn't matter which project view you're in. A Generate Invoice button is always present. I'm going to go back to the card view. So the first way to create an invoice is to just press that Generate Invoice button directly on the project card. The second way to generate an invoice is to just go to the Invoices page. From here, you can create invoice. This allows you to select a client and see all projects with uninvoiced items. This allows you to bill multiple projects at once. But before we create any invoice, we need to review all our invoice settings. Back on the Invoices page, in easy access to the Invoices settings, is the gear icon. In here you'll see several options that we need to configure. The invoice start number can be customized. The default starts at 1, but if you want to change that to, let's say, 1505, you can do that and press save. The next setting is default payment deadline. The default is net 30 days, or it can be changed to one of these options in the dropdown. Late payment auto reminders. If you would like to send auto reminder emails to your clients after a certain amount of days have passed the due date, you can toggle on the late payment auto reminders. Then set how many days after you want these reminders to be sent out. You can add an additional reminder and choose a day from the dropdown. You can also remove reminders, so if you only want 2, that can be saved here. Go ahead and save the reminder settings. Invoice templates. There is a standard invoice template that has already been created for you, but if you would like to change that and create your own invoice layout, you can create a template here. Give the invoice template a name. Add your company logo, and adjust any of the sections. There's a live preview on the side so that you can see everything that's happening. Please review our Invoice Template Maker video to see more about the customizations of the invoice template. For now, I'm going to go back into my invoice settings, invoice templates, and just make the standard invoice the default. The next setting that we need to configure is our online payment gateways. In the settings page, you can connect your Stripe Connect account directly to Hourglass so that you can process credit cards and ACH direct debit. In order to enable Stripe Connect, you need to already have a Stripe account. You can also connect PayPal. You will also need a PayPal email for this function to be enabled. Other payment methods are other methods not done through Hourglass. If you like, you can add your Zelle information, your Venmo information, or who to make a check payable to. These other payments will appear on your PDF version of the invoice if you enable them. The next setting that we need to look at are taxes. In the taxes setting, if you want to charge sales tax or any kind of tax, add your tax rate here. If you want to apply your taxes on all invoices, star it to make it default. Otherwise, if you want to add it manually, keep it unchecked. The final settings that we need to review before sending our first invoice are email notifications. Go to the Email Center, scroll down to the new Invoice Email section, and customize what your client will see when they receive an email with your PDF attached. You can edit the subject and the email body. Basic HTML is allowed, and the variables are listed underneath that you can add in to customize the email even further. You can change the button text and then save. Don't forget to also update the payment thank you email and the payment late notice email. That is it for the settings. Let's go ahead and create that invoice, but let's do it from the projects page. On the projects page, for the Atlas project, we're going to go ahead and press Generate Invoice. We're going to say yes for the line items. We're going to go ahead and leave everything checked. We want to build this project completely. The invoice has been created in draft mode, so the first thing we want to do is edit. From here, we can change it from edit to preview mode and preview what the invoice will look like. Go back to the edit mode. In here, you can continue to edit anything about the invoice that you would like. You can change the payment deadline, you can change the invoice number, invoice date, you can choose a template if you want to change the template. You can add additional notes, and here is where you can select if you want to show your Zelle, Venmo, or check payment information. Scrolling down further are all your line items that you selected before. If you need to change the description, the quantity, or the price, or remove items or add items, you can do it here. Lastly, you can add a tax. If you press the Add Tax button, you can select from your predefined taxes that you've already created. Let's go ahead and save changes. Now we're ready to send. So let's press the Send button. Your pop-up now shows where to send the invoice. This client already has some pre-filled out contacts for their primary recipient of the invoice and additional CC contacts, and also a checkbox to BCC yourself. You can also write an additional message if you like. Since these are not real email addresses for this video, I'm not going to press the Send Invoice button. However, sending the email will look like this line here for Vellum and Vine Publishing. Once it's sent, a new badge shows Sent. You can preview the invoice, print it, and download a PDF. Back on the Invoices page, you can also edit the invoice if you need to, or resend it if you need to. Since we didn't actually send the Atlas invoice, this will allow me to show you how to update it with a manual payment. Let's just say the client didn't pay online and they sent it via another method. Press the Edit button. Up here at the top, you can change this from draft to sent. If they paid in another way, you can make it paid. If you like, you can add a note saying paid by phone, and then save. Back on the Invoices page, we can see that that invoice now is marked as paid. At the top of the Invoices page is a summary of all your invoices for this month. You can change that to this week, this quarter, this year, or all time. If you want more in-depth reports on your invoices, press the Custom Reports Generator button.